Well, as calls from Democrats grow for President Biden to step out of the race, Vice President Kamala Harris is speaking right now in North Carolina. We're going to dip in and take a little bit of this.
And from Arizona to Florida. And I will tell you what everybody here knows. All our service members possess an extraordinary skill, discipline, dedication, and love of country. And I know their families serve with equal dedication, and I thank you also. And I say everywhere I go around the world, we are so proud that the United States military is the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. Which is why President Biden and I are proud to have passed the PACT Act, the largest expansion of health care and benefits for veterans and military families and survivors, the largest benefit in decades. So thank you again, everyone here, and in particular our military members and your families, for the service and the dedication that you have shown. So today, we are 110 days out from the election. And while many of us have been involved with these elections for every 4 years, practically, nearly every time we will say, this is the one. Well, this here is the one. The most existential, consequential, and important election of our lifetime. And there is so much at stake. Last night was the latest example. So some of you may have heard Donald Trump's running mate deliver remarks at the Republican National Convention. He talked about his life story about growing up in Southwest Ohio, and it was compelling. It's a compelling story. And it was not the full story. Frankly, what is very telling is what he did not talk about on that stage. He did not talk about Project 2025, their 900-page blueprint for a second Trump term. He did not talk about it because their plans are extreme and they are divisive. In recent days, they've been trying to portray themselves as the party of unity. But here's the thing. If you claim to stand for unity, you need to do more than just use the word. You cannot claim you stand for unity if you are pushing an agenda that deprives whole groups of Americans of basic freedoms, opportunity, and dignity. You cannot claim you stand for unity if you are intent on taking reproductive freedoms from the people of America and the women of America. Trying to ban abortion nationwide as they do and restrict access to IVF and contraception as their plan calls for. You cannot claim to be for unity if you try to overturn a free and fair election and threaten to terminate the United States Constitution. And you cannot claim to be for unity when your entire economic agenda is designed to prioritize billionaires and big corporations over the middle class. We're too busy watching what you're doing to hear what you're saying. And let us unpack that last point about the economy. This race can be boiled down to a single question. Who fights for you? Now, we know whose side our President Joe Biden is on. He grew up in a middle-class family in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and he has never forgotten where he came from. And I have been a first-hand witness. With every decision he makes in the Oval Office, he thinks about how it will impact working Americans. He understands everyday struggles because he has actually lived them. So, friends, I say the contrast between Joe Biden and Donald Trump is like night and day. But with the selection of his running mate this week, Donald Trump is also trying to distract people. He wants to direct attention away from his record and his Project 2025 plan to suggest that he and his running mate are going to prioritize the middle class. But we are not buying it. We are not falling for the okie doke. As many of you know, I am a former prosecutor. So I say, let's look at the facts, shall we? So Donald Trump tries to claim he brought back American manufacturing. The fact is, under Donald Trump, America lost tens of thousands of manufacturing jobs. And more than 1,000 factories closed under his watch. The facts. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden and I have created nearly 800,000 new manufacturing jobs. So much so it's been described as a manufacturing boom. Last night, we heard claims that Donald Trump is for fighting for our seniors. Well, how the heck can you claim you fight for seniors when you intend to cut Social Security and Medicare? Which we all know is a lifeline for so many of our seniors. Let me be very clear. President Joe Biden and I will always protect Social Security, and we will always protect Medicare. All while we continue to fight to lower the cost of prescription drugs for our seniors. It is President Biden and I that took on Big Pharma and finally capped the cost of insulin for our seniors at $35 a month. Who here has a family member with diabetes to know what that means? Right. But Donald Trump and his running mate intend to get rid of our $35 cap on insulin. They will side with Big Pharma and let them make prescription drugs more expensive. Not only that, on the issue of health care, they intend to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. Donald Trump and his allies tried more than 60 times to end the Affordable Care Act, 60 times, to give insurance companies back the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. Y'all remember what that was like? Children with asthma, women who had survived breast cancer, grandparents with diabetes. President Biden and I, on the other hand, have made the Affordable Care Act more strong. Because, you see, we believe health care should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.